green-winged teal. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think that's a teal.
Hello, welcome back to my little vlog. I wanted to film a little knitting update and a vlog of what we've been up to. I hope everybody had a nice holiday. John and I went to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving to visit his family, and we were gone for about a week. We drove there, so it was about a 6-hour drive, which is really great for people who knit. We did a little day trip when we were there during the week to a wildlife refuge in New Jersey, and also did a little, it's like another 10-minute drive to a beach, so we got to see the ocean. And we found this really beautiful lighthouse that was there, which I'm going to share. We had a really nice time just exploring nature and getting outside, getting some fresh air. It was really nice, and having like a little vacation, like impromptu vacation. As far as knitting updates, the project I have to update you on is gonna be kind of a surprise because of the fact that I have never mentioned it at all. And I'm pretty much almost done with it. And that is the Ingrid Slipover by Petiteknit. Look at this. This has been absolutely flying for me. John and I had dinner at a friend's house, and one of our friends was wearing like a turtleneck vest that I just was like, I need one of those. It looks so cozy. And I went home and I looked at some patterns that I might like, and I was like, what yarn could I use? And I've had this, well, first of all, this pattern I thought was perfect for what I was looking for. And I've had a small stash of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. This particular color is the Truffle Hunt. It's got some flecks of blue, and it's kind of hard to see in this light, but there's some like navy blue and some white, but it's a really nice gray, like a brownish gray, that I really love. And I wasn't able to get enough, like a sweater's quantity, so I've been waiting for the perfect project to make with it, and this just like, it worked out. It's just working out so perfectly, like it was meant to be this. This is like all of these texture stitches, it's the first time I've ever done any of them, except for doing the yarn over like the eyelets here. There, it's a little easier to see. So I've done those before for when I made the Romanticist bandana. It's got some little eyelets that look like little flowers throughout it. This is my first time doing moss stitch, which I really love. Like, I love the way it looks, especially in this yarn. It's just such a nice texture. This is the first time doing like these little, I don't even know what they're called, but they push the stitch forward so that it looks raised. I think it's a false cable maybe, but I love this so much and I'm so excited. I finished, so this is part of why I love a road trip so much. I did most of this on our trip. I finished the only thing I nearly finished was the back panel. So like this section where you get to here. I was nearly finished with that. I think I did maybe like that much on the drive there. And then I was able to get both shoulder panels, the front, and then I connected under the arms for sleeves. And I actually think I even made it to maybe the end of these, like the end of this ribbing, just on our trip alone. And it was about 9 days that I was working on this, which this is like a perfect example of why I don't knit this fast normally, because I have a life. I work full time and things come up. I don't just knit every single day. But on this trip, I was pretty much knitting for a few hours every single day and many hours on our drive, which I knit for so long on our drive that I ended up having like a yarn indent on my finger, which I'm going to share because I think it's really funny. And then we got back and I've had like a few days off since, and actually John is gone, he's out of town, so most evenings I'm just spending knitting, watching some movies or like drinking tea, listening to my audiobooks. But I was able to finish the neck and then both ribbing on the sleeves, which I wanted to do first because I was afraid that I might not have enough yarn. So right now I have like this small ball left of this, and then I had a second ball which I started like this is that, and I was like, I need to make sure I have enough to do the ribbing, and then like if this is all I have, I'll make the body as long as I can. And in my mind I just thought, I feel like I had more than this. Like I think this is a total of 5 skeins maybe, like with what I've made already, and then like this and the last of that was 5 skeins, and I thought that I had 6 because I remember it being like near a sweater's quantity but like just not enough. And so I kept looking and I was like, at the bottom of one of my baskets I found another ball, and so it's gonna be like the perfect amount for what I need for this vest, and I'm like very, very excited. Like it's just, when I say it's like just working out perfectly, that's what I mean, like happening to find this ball of yarn. So I'm really happy with this project and the way that it's turning out. Obviously I've put every other project on pause just because I have been flying through this. But I'm very excited. I think I should be able to finish it this week. But I think I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of this. I've been wanting just a nice like vest layer. And this yarn is so light. Like it's gonna be a really, really great layer for this winter. And I keep, every time I'm knitting it with whatever outfits I have on, like a lot of my denim, or I'm wearing like brown jeans right now. And like, I just keep like thinking about all the outfits I'm gonna wear, and it's very exciting. And then other than that, I have been doing quite a bit of cooking. I think I mentioned in one of my videos that I made fire cider, which I just strained the other day, or 2 days ago, and tried some because I let it sit for like a month or so, and it is delicious. I'm like very, very happy with it. And fire cider, if you're not familiar with what it is like an apple cider vinegar based immune boosting like shot that you take, but it has usually onions and garlic and peppers, like habanero peppers, like it's spicy, and it has turmeric and ginger. You can really add lemon or oranges. You can add really anything that you want to it, but it is like a really vitamin and nutrient dense shot that helps your immune system, especially in the winter. The one that I made also has shredded beets and orange juice and peels. I made a video about it. Maybe I'll insert a little bit here, but it is based on a cookbook that I have that is, I think it's Scandinavian. I'm not entirely sure. It might be Swedish. Either way, it has this like winter shot in it that is similar, but it's not like the fire cider base. It's just beets, orange juice, turmeric, ginger, blended and strained, and it's like a really colorful, like it's supposed to give you a lot of like the color, the bright benefits when you're in the depths of like a gray winter. So a lot of vitamins in there. I made that and I strained it. I made a batch of vegetable stock, which I will also share. It's something I really love in the winter. Like I just feel like it's like a nesting, like I end up just going really inward. I love spending time at home. I love just like cooking really wholesome, hearty comfort meals in the winter. And it's been feeling really nice. I have this really interesting feeling this season where I'm feeling really like nostalgic. Like I'm honing a lot of, if you're familiar with Little Women, like I'm honing a lot of like Little Women Christmas energy. I've been crafting a lot. I'm currently drying some orange slices so I can make an orange garland for our Christmas tree. I've just been feeling really wholesome lately, which is good. Knitting. I'm gonna maybe share a little vlog too of the crafts that I'm making and of me decorating the tree too, which I think will be really fun. So that'll be maybe later today or tomorrow. And I also bought a loom. I have done some little like extra jobs, and it's kind of like I've gotten a little Christmas bonus through work. So I've had some extra money and I've been really wanting a loom, like a medium-sized loom. I have this vision of making some tapestries that are like landscape paintings using my scrap yarn. And I've also been watching this YouTube channel that I am obsessed with right now, and it's Amy and Fox. It's this woman who lives in the Isle of Skye in Scotland, and it's just like this really visually beautiful vlog of her life there. And they live in a caravan, and she spins yarn to weave, and she weaves table runners that are absolutely stunning. And it's been like really inspiring me to spin. That's gonna probably be my next, maybe my next project. And also to weave. Like I've had this vision of weaving a tapestry with all of the people in my knitting club right now. Just as like a little thing, like a memento, and something that I could use in my future yarn store, perhaps. I've been in the process of opening a yarn store because we don't really have a lot of like access to farm yarns in my area, but there's a lot of local farms. So I've been wanting to open a yarn store that is also like a cafe and a workshop space where I can teach classes and various topics. So I've been wanting to weave for myself, and also to really like learn it on a proper loom, so that I could teach others potentially. And I've done some weaving in the past. My school had a really extensive art program, and one of the classes incorporated weaving on just like a handmade like little loom. They were like small projects, but I've been just having it on my mind a lot lately. So I did invest in a loom, and it is about a 20-inch loom, and it's foldable, which I'm excited about. I'll share more about it when it comes in, but that's something I've been really excited about. And then other than that, some things I would like to work on in the next few weeks are, I'd like to make my mother-in-law a pair of mittens based on the ones that I made, but I have some worsted weight yarn that I want to use up. I think I was working on a sweater for my mom. I think I have a sweater that I don't wear that I made that I think I may gift her. I think she'll appreciate it. And I do want to make that sweater for her in the future, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it before Christmas, so I'm just accepting that. And that's kind of my own fault for doing other things instead, but that's okay. And she'll appreciate anything that I gift her, especially a handmade gift. And I think that's all. Yeah. I'm really enjoying this winter so far. I know a lot of people have a really hard time in winter because it's so gray and usually there's no sunshine, but I've always really loved winter, especially since dating John, because he really has shown me how to appreciate it. Like going outside, we often snowshoe or hike in the winter. There was one year where we spent an entire day tracking a bobcat through the forest. Like we just followed its tracks, and we had we dug a pit and had a little bonfire out in the woods in the middle of the snow, and it was just like really cool. And I feel like when you do things that allow you to go out and appreciate it more, you find ways of getting through it. And additionally, I feel really grateful to have seasons. I know there's places in the world that you don't have snow. You don't have the really distinct seasons like we have here. And I'm really grateful for it because I feel like there's this ability to step back and kind of like go inward and reflect, which I think is a lot of people don't enjoy that. But I certainly do. I feel like I love reflecting on like myself, on my life, on my surroundings. And I think that like this is something that I've said for a while. I've had some like traumas in my life when I was younger that have made me reflect on different aspects of my life. But in a poem that I wrote when I was going through some really tough times was that you can't appreciate the light without experiencing darkness. And so I think that like winter is one of those times where it's dark and it's cold, but it makes me really appreciate those little moments of sunshine, the little pockets of light when they happen. So that's very deep, but maybe that's something to think about. It's certainly something I think about a lot. And yeah. Last thing, while we were traveling, John's aunt pulled out boxes of her mom and her mother-in-law's button collections, and she let me go through them. And she also just let me take all of them home, which was unbelievable. But I have this really, really amazing collection of vintage buttons now. And I'm feeling really grateful and really excited to go through them more deeply and share them with others. And I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but yeah, I've got a collection now and it's pretty intense. I did also go to, there's like a secondhand or like a consignment, it's not consignment, like a secondhand craft supply little store in like near me. And I went with a friend and I found this amazing collection of little like flower and heart buttons, like all different colors. I'll share a picture of some of them here. But I just have this vision of all of them being together, like on a garment or something. And I'm not sure what to make with them, but maybe like a Maggie vest or something. Could be cute. My brain's thinking now. Anyway, a lot of really cute buttons in my life right now, and I'm very excited about that. But I hope you're having a really wonderful December. Doing whatever you're doing, whether that's spending time with family or yourself, reflecting and knitting, or crafting. I hope that you're doing well, and I will see you next time. Bye. you go. Homemade stock. I've been homesick for the past few days. I think I have like a little sinus infection, but it allowed me to do this. Yes! A little closer. And I am going to take it off now and try it on, which is very exciting. Iro likes to sit on anything while it's blocking, so normally I put it in another room, but he's standing on it right now. Probably can't. Excuse me. Moment of truth. Now this isn't like an ideal outfit, but it's not bad. I think the fit is perfect. It's like exactly what I was hoping for. And the length. I think this is the first time I've made a garment actually long enough. Yay! I'm gonna start decorating the tree a little bit. I have all of these like different garlands that I have made over the years and also this year that I'm gonna be adding to it. So let's do it. This one is my favorite. Growing up, my mom always had this on our tree and it was my favorite garland. So when I started living on my own, that was the first thing I wanted to do for our Christmas tree is make this one, and it is popcorn and cranberries. So you have to cook the popcorn without any oil, like nothing that will spoil. And then you do fresh cranberries on like a piece of like clear fishing line or like the invisible string. And I've tied little scrap fabrics to the ends. My favorite story my mom has of these is that she made our family garland when my oldest sister was a baby, and she said that my sister Alyssa was on one, like as my mom was stringing them, my sister was on the other end eating the little popcorn off. Which I think is super cute. This one's a little bit different. I strung it with more popcorn in between the cranberries. So I like to kind of alternate the way that I put them on.
Cute. I also have this paper chain that I made with some cute red and brown paper. It's like different, this one has bells. There's some pretty leaves and stripes. It's kind of cute. And then the last thing is that I had dried all of these orange slices that I want to make into a garland. So I think I'm going to do that today and start stringing them, and then we'll hang them on the tree. So I got this really pretty like velvet green ribbon, and I've tied the clear invisible thread to the end of it. I'm also going to be watching Christmas movies while I do this because obviously I am. I think I'm going to do maybe 2 arms lengths. And I'm just going to string a bunch of oranges on here, and then I'll push them towards the end, and then I'm going to put some more ribbons intertwined with the oranges. But I'm going to put it in this bag I have here because otherwise Iro will be chasing it. When you do it, you want to put it through the top and then back through the same. So there's a hole here and a hole here, and that makes them stand. Or you could do either side, the middle, but I like when they hang down.